Guys, I hope you can hear me because they're cutting the grass now. But anyway, I just left the National Museum of Singapore. It was pretty fun. Now I'm just going back to Tampines Hub instead. And tonight I'm gonna have some glutinous rice balls that I bought from NGC. So fun. I came here before, not too long ago. That's where I did the Unclosed and the Collective Argos collection thing. So at that time the first floor was closed, but then it's reopened today, but it's largely the same, the history of Singapore from the fishing port and how it became a British colony and so on. It's pretty fun. If you like history and you're interested in the history of Singapore and around the area, you can come here. There are some, tanks that were from the Japanese occupation, 1940 something, 1942, 45 isn't it? And then a bit about Singapore's merger with Malaysia in late 1950s and then our independence. So I'm not gonna go through that, it's kind of dry. But I just went there because of I saw on TikTok some guy was putting up a video about the National Heritage Fest. I think it's called National Heritage Fest. It looks like there are some programs lined up and I'm interested in participating in some of them, but I wanted to get a tour of the Fullerton Hotel, but it's all fully booked, so I can't go. I'm sure there are other things that I can partake in. And they were just showing this replica of a train. I don't think it's functioning anymore, that train. So it's pretty nice to be inside the train as well. We're traveling again, but we're not. Maybe the theme is tourism and travel. So we have a bit about the Singapore Airlines just now. Yeah, I'm not going through SMU, going back to the train station. I had to go a big round because they were washing the area and it's closed off for the public. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you.
So the Singapore's Heritage Festival is happening this month of May, scattered around the island in the form of different activities such as exhibitions, workshops, guided tours, and so on. According to their website, www.sgheritagefest.gov.sg, is to discover travel to and within Singapore as a tourism hub, its natural heritage, and development and status as a garden city. As a tourism hub, one of the themes is obviously travel. So I'm here at the National Museum of Singapore, and a replica of the KTM train that you saw just now used to run from Tanjong Pagar railway station and takes people to, say, Malaysia back then. I think I took the train once to Kuala Lumpur as a child. And I just looked at the web programs available on their website. There are just tons of stuff to do. Like from exhibitions like this one in the video, there are things to try, to learn, to pick up new skills, to explore the city, to discover the multi-layered and rich history of a monument, both virtually and on site. For example, they did a virtual tour of the Kallang Airport, the first civil airport in Singapore. And if you are passionate about the local food, as many Singaporeans are, and want to understand how it came to be, there's a food trails along with some anecdotes organized by some people. I saw one for Kampung Glam this week, and there are other sort of programs discussing Singapore food heritage in an educational or analytical sort of way from a sociology point of view. For example, lovers of coffee could have tried some from Vietnam, Laos, and China yesterday in a coffee tasting workshop. There are also workshops that are dedicated to imparting knowledge around sustainable ways of living so we can continue preserving Singapore's natural heritage. Yeah, especially the young need to learn such things so that when they grow up, they will continue the hard work of our predecessors and so on. Yeah, so there's an upcoming garden tour at Fort Canning, which will also talk about cash crops of early Singapore. Rubber is going to be there, I think. So if you like that, want to see what it's like, just check it out. Of course, there will be film screenings, and I think we get to see Singapore, how it was like at various points of time in history, and to see how much it has changed in such a short span of time. I was particularly interested in a walking tour at the Park Royal Collection, also known as a garden in a hotel, because it comes with afternoon tea at $78, but it's fully booked, even the $30 for tour and mocktail too. They've combined elements of nature within architecture. I like both, right? I like nature and architecture, with the goal of eco-friendliness, sustainability, and innovation. And I just would have loved to see that. It makes sense considering their location because they're near the Esplanade, the Gardens by the Bay, the Singapore River. They have brought nature inside so that there is harmony from within that extends outwards with its surroundings, including landmarks and other important sites that are also the product of innovation. So it's a recurring theme in Singapore. We are a garden city after all, and we like to keep it that way. By working with what's already here, restoring and preserving, incorporating nature. So we see many establishments try to weave elements of nature conceptually and within its structure. So it's a way to acknowledge how important nature is to our well-being and survival. Like I cannot imagine Singapore without these beautiful gardens and trees. It's going to be quite austere and severe and not relaxing at all. I find that trees provide shade and gives us an element of relaxation to counteract our very busy lives. Anyway, other walking tours, I think they will be looking at some performing art centers and other national monuments. Of course, you can do activities as a couple or as a family. Like there will be a scavenger hunt in Bugis. There will be workshops on how to journal nature. I think kids will like that very much, and it will also teach them to appreciate nature. There are also talks about gyotaku printing. I have no idea what that is, but I think there's a way to document nature. I think paint it or something. There's flower arrangement workshops. There's botany for beginners, centered around Asian plants. You can even take a ride on a trishaw. A trishaw is a carriage pulled by a bicycle. Normally seats only 2 people. So anyway, it seems like lots of fun activities. Some are free, some are not. You have to register for the workshops and tours. So if that's a sort of thing you like, I advise you to register early because I wanted to do so many things, but I couldn't because they're fully booked. Yeah. Do take note that programs will be released progressively. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today's short video because I'm super tired, and tomorrow I have other plans I'm gonna go and check out some Indian food. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all lots.